In this video, I'm going to show you how to achieve this full glam maroon smoky eye look. I start by moisturizing my whole face using the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. Next, I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer to create a base for my eyeshadow. Once I have that all blended in, I am going to set it with the Kat Von D Shade and Lights Contour Palette. Just make sure I get that powder all on there for the eyeshadow to blend nicely. Next, I'm going in with an eyeshadow palette by Tati Beauty. First, I'm going in with the lightest matte shade in the palette, and I am just getting that on a nice fluffy eyeshadow brush and putting that all over my eyelid. Next, I'm going in with a more dense brush and the lighter matte brown shade in the palette, and I'm working that all through my crease. I like to blend in windshield wiping motions and kind of circular. Then just to deepen that color, I tap it at the outer corner of my eye and then just keep blending it into my crease. Now I'm taking that same fluffy brush with the same light matte shade and just kind of blending it all out. Now I'm going in with the maroon color and I am once again blending it out in my crease. I'm starting a little lower than I did with the light brown matte shade and just kind of working it up and really doing windshield wiper motions and then kind of circular once I get out towards the corner crease of my eye. Now with a pointier brush, I'm going in with the deepest matte brown shade in the palette and really focusing that just in my crease, not working it up, just specifically in my crease. Then I'm going back in with my fluffy brush in the lightest matte shade in the palette and just really blending all of that eyeshadow out in circular motions just to make sure it's nice and blended and smooth. Now I'm going back in with the maroon shade and I am tapping it on the outer corner of my eye and then kind of feathering it into the crease of my eye just to create a deeper look on the outer corner of my eye. Once again, I'm going in with the fluffy brush, no extra product on this one, just whatever is remaining and just really blending that out. Same with this brush, I'm just really blending out, making sure there's no harsh lines. Now I'm going in with what they call the sequin maroon color in the palette, and I'm applying it with my finger just because I feel like it distributes best that way. And I'm just going to use my finger and put that all over my eyelid. I wanted it to be a little more intense, so I went in with what they call the metallic maroon shade and just kind of put that towards the middle of my eyelid. Then once again, I'm adding a little more of the lightest matte shade on that fluffy brush and just really blending out my eye look. Now for this part, you can take any wipes you have, makeup wipes. These happen to be baby wipes, they're water-based. And then I am just wiping away the extra product that maybe fell beneath my eye, and I'm kind of making a cat eye effect look. And I know it looks really messy and scary right now, but I promise by the end of the video, it will all come together. I did the exact same thing on my other eye and just accidentally forgot to record it. But now I'm going in with the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner, and I am just putting that in the crease. Realistically, I would like to sit there and let it dry so it stays right in the crease, but I was blinking and it kind of got all over, but it ended up turning out fine. Now I'm going to start with my normal full glam face routine. I am first going to prime my skin with the Silk Canvas Primer by Tatcha, and I'm really massaging that into my face. Then I'm just doing a little mist of the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray, and now I'm going in with the Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani and applying that with my Morphe sponge. I really like this sponge when you're doing a smoky eye look because I did my eyeshadow first before applying any makeup, as you can see, and it has that flat end side that you can really make sure to get up very close to the eyeshadow without ruining it. Now I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I am putting that under my eyes, on my chin, forehead, and down my nose, and then going in with that same Morphe sponge and using the flat end side once I'm towards the outer crease of my eyeshadow, and then once I get towards my inner crease, I flip it and use the normal side of the sponge. I decided I needed a little more on my forehead and on my nose and then a little above my lips, so that's what I'm doing and just blending it out. Now to set my under eye, I am taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette and using the shade Lyric to really set underneath my eye. And applying it anywhere I added concealer as well. Now I'm going in with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and I am just taking a fluffy brush and setting all over my face over top of the foundation. Now I'm going to be bronzing my skin up. I am using the Hoola by Benefit, and I used a big fluffy brush, and I wanted to be really bronze for this look just because the eye is so dramatic. I felt like I needed to be really bronzed. So I'm doing it on my cheeks and my forehead, down my neck, and a little on my chin. That's me talking to my dog right there. And I really went in with a heavy hand of bronzer for this look just because I wanted to be super bronzed. Next, I'm taking a contour brush and using, again, the Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D and taking the darker shade and just really carving out my cheekbones, my jawline. And then I'm taking a fluffier contouring brush and just really blending that out. And then I also bring it up on my forehead with that brush. This shade is a little bit more cool, so it will define a little more rather than the bronzer will. Now I'm going to carve out my cheekbones with the shade Lyric in the Kat Von D palette just to really sculpt them out and make it look really defined. I never really contour my nose, but since we're going full glam, I decided to, so I'm taking the Kat Von D Shade and Lights palette and bringing that down my nose just to sculpt out my nose, and then also putting a little on the tip of my nose. And then with that fluffy brush, I'm just blending it out so there's no harsh line. Now I'm going back in with the Morphe sponge and the Shade and Lights contour palette and really sculpting out my nose contour. Now to bring my smoky eye all together, I'm going back in with that dark matte brown shade and buffing it out underneath my lower lash line. Now with that same fluffy brush with no extra product on it, I'm just going under my lash line and really buffing it out. Next, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette, and I am putting some highlight all over my cheekbones, and then the top of my forehead, and then on my nose, upper lip, and a little on my chin. When I do my nose highlight, I like to think of a little exclamation point, so the tip of your nose like a little dot, and then the bridge of your nose just like a little line. Now I'm dusting away my powder from baking my nose and my cheeks. I wanted to keep this look really bronzy, but I thought I should put a little blush on, so I'm going in with the NARS Orgasm blush, just a little bit. Then I decided I wanted to add a little more highlight because I love highlight, so I just put a little more in all the places I wanted it to be. Now I'm going in with the Goof Proof Brow Pencil by Benefit and just shaping my brows. Then I'm going in with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel just to set my brows. Now I'm going in with the Thrive mascara, and to be honest, I didn't really love it. I felt it was very clumpy. This was my first time using it, so I probably will not use it again, but I put on my mascara. Now I'm going in with a pretty mauve lip color. Usually I'd stick to a more neutral lip color, but I decided to make it more dramatic and go in with the mauve color, and it turned out really pretty. And then there is the final look.